From his surprise appearance at a recent Ed Sheeran concert to his totally random performance at the 2020 Oscars, these are Eminem's most surprising concert cameos. And I'd be a fool if I didn't start with Sheeran's concert that had everyone buzzing. Growing up, Ed was super fascinated by Detroit, especially the city's legendary rap icon, Eminem. And early on in his recent Detroit concert, he teased a cameo saying he just had a little meal at M's restaurant, Mom's Spaghetti. Ed and his band decided to cover Eminem's all-time banger, Lose Yourself. And while Ed was all casual about it, none of the fans were ready for what was coming next. Just as the crowd was bopping along to the hometown tribute, they totally lost their minds when a hooded figure started rising from the stage. Yep, you guessed it. It was Eminem himself, making his first on-stage appearance in Detroit in forever. M joined in the performance of his iconic hit, sending the crowd into overdrive. But they weren't done just yet, cause out of nowhere, they followed up with another one of Eminem's songs, Stan. Ed handled the Dido parts like a champ, while M spat his verses like the absolute legend he is. After the dope two-song surprise, Eminem showed some love for his city saying, "Detroit, I love you," and the crowd obviously went wild. Now, I know some of you might be wondering how this collab came about. Turns out that when Eminem got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he and Ed performed together, and they've clearly become tight since then. And here's another scoop about our man Eminem. He's not just known for his bomb music, but also for his epic cameos. Case in point, M's music video for Berserk was filled with cameos. Among the big names who popped in were Rick Rubin, the legendary music producer who worked his magic on the Beastie Boys' debut album, Kid Rock, and the rap prodigy Kendrick Lamar. But it gets even better. The video rocked a retro vibe and paid homage to the Beastie Boys, using their signature fisheye lens style. And the result was a throwback masterpiece filled with star power that had everyone vibing. Just goes to show Eminem's reign as the king of cameos isn't ending anytime soon. And trust me, M deserves the title of king, especially after the crazy stunt he pulled in 2015. Big Sean pulled off a concert 8 years ago in Detroit that's still the talk of the town. Picture this, a massive gig at the iconic Joe Louis Arena, headlined by Big Sean, and out of nowhere, Eminem struts onto the stage, sending the crowd into a complete frenzy. The stage was soon swarming with rap biggies like Lil Wayne, Danny Brown, Deej Loaf, Mike Posner, Royce da 5 and 9, Trick Trick, and Jhené Aiko. And the cherry on top? Most of them hail from Detroit, just like Big Sean and Eminem. So it was basically a celebration of Detroit's rap and hip-hop scene, all led by none other than Eminem himself. Talk about a legendary night. But just when you thought his cameos couldn't get any better, think twice, cause his appearance in Drake's Summer 16 tour back in 2016 was just as legendary. Right during his performance, Drake said out of nowhere, "Detroit, make some noise for the greatest rapper that ever got on a motherfucking mic." And guess who pops out from a trap door? None other than the rap god himself, Eminem. The duo totally crushed their hit Forever. Plus, this unexpected cameo didn't just unite two of rap's biggest titans on stage, it also squashed the beef rumors that were swirling around the hip-hop scene for weeks. There had been some drama between Drake and Joe Budden, a member of Eminem's Slaughterhouse Gang, who wasn't exactly vibing with Drake's latest album, Views. So when Eminem rolled up on stage, he was giving Drake his stamp of approval, in other words. And let's not forget, Eminem isn't the type to hog the spotlight, cause he'd already been low-key for a while, so this surprise appearance definitely created some buzz. The drama brewing behind the scenes only added fuel to the fire, making the whole thing even more epic. And fun fact, this lit performance also went down at the Joe Louis Arena. But this iconic venue isn't standing anymore, which might explain why Eminem was so down to hit the stage there during this time, before it was gone for good. Speaking of relics of the past, let's time travel back to the summer of 2010, when you couldn't do anything without hearing the tune of the year, Love the Way You Lie. Eminem and Rihanna's hit was blasting on every station and people couldn't get enough of it. You know what made it even more legendary though? When M made a surprise appearance to perform the track live with Riri. Instead of popping up in his usual stomping grounds of Detroit, the real Slim Shady made the epic move in the City of Angels, showing up at Rihanna's gig at the Staples Center in LA. That might have thrown some fans for a loop, but hey, a dope performance is a dope performance no matter where it goes down, right? And let me tell you, this collab was nothing short of iconic. Now, let's flip the script a bit and talk about the tables turning. Flashback to 2014 Lollapalooza Chicago, where our main man Eminem was headlining the gig. Now, Eminem and Rihanna were about to kick off a co-headlining tour just a week later. So the whispers were flying. Would Riri show up at Lollapalooza to join M on stage? Halfway through M's set, the moment everyone had been hoping for arrived. Out came Rihanna stepping into the spotlight. The dynamic duo hit us with a flurry of their chart toppers, including Love the Way You Lie and The Monster. It was a scene straight out of a dream, no joke. It was an unforgettable concert moment that had people losing their minds. And you know what? There's something really dope about 2014, when Eminem took the title of the first ever rapper to rock London's iconic Wembley Stadium. And he wasn't flying solo. He brought out a true hip-hop legend onto the stage. None other than Dr. Dre. You heard that right. M's mentor and frequent partner in crime Dr. Dre strutted out to the beat of the next episode, and he didn't stop there. He delivered iconic performances of Still DRE, Nothing But a G Thang, and Forgot About Dre. All this in front of a jam-packed audience that was hyped AF. Can you even imagine the energy? Now let's talk about an upcoming cameo. Man, have I got some spicy news for you. You know Aerosmith, the band that's been rocking the music scene for the past 50 years? They're ready to say peace out with their final farewell tour. But that's not even the coolest part, because guess who popped up in their tour announcement video? Our very own rap god was part of the star-studded lineup in that video. He was there alongside big names like Bill Burr, Dolly Parton, Kelly Clarkson, Ringo Starr, Slash, and Terry Crews. That's one heck of a squad, right? So there's a pretty good chance Eminem could actually make a guest appearance during their tour. And if you remember, Eminem and Aerosmith's Steven Tyler totally rocked it last year when they performed Sing for the Moment at Marshall's induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it'd be pretty sick if M returns the favor and shares the stage with this legendary rock band one more time. Now let's talk about a totally random Marshall Mathers appearance. Remember that time before the whole world went bonkers and we were all stuck at home? That's when Eminem gave us one of the most epic surprises of 2020, his spontaneous performance at the Oscars. No one could have seen it coming, because maybe they were expecting another soulful ballad or a dramatic orchestral piece. But out came Eminem, ironically performing his Academy Award-winning song Lose Yourself at the Oscars themselves. You can bet every celeb in that room was vibing hard, and the craziest thing was that there was no hype or promo before the event. M just teleported onto the stage and left everyone's jaws on the floor. And let's be real, the Oscars aren't exactly known for their lit rap performances, which made this his best cameo to date. And definitely a treat for all the hip-hop fans at home and at the Dolby Theater in LA. So there you have it, from his totally random performance at the 2020 Oscars to his surprise appearance at a recent Ed Sheeran concert. Those were Eminem's most surprising concert cameos.